This will be a short video on view filters for Takeoff. So in this template, I don't have any view filters. So I'll just stretch this out a little bit and copy the My Filter view filter and name it OG for original ground. And I can also copy that, name it FD for finished design. Once I have those made and I'm in it, I can go to the advanced view filter and turn off this button, and everything that doesn't apply to my finished design I can leave my georeferenced image on. Those are being hidden anyway, and then I can lock it. And then when I go to OG, I can go right back to that same advanced view filter settings and shut off things that don't apply. Now I don't have any surfaces in here yet, but as soon as I want to create one, I will have to go back in here and turn the surface on that I want to see. So now I can pick on the firehouse and extract the vectors, import vector PDF data with these settings. And this view filter will work in 3D and like a second plan view. So once the vectors come in, here's where it's showing me what view filter I'm actually in this view. So as I go back and I switch this to my filter, it shows me here that my filter is active. If I go to plan view, second plan view, I can change that to OG and even a 3D view. I can change those to 3D. So you'll see that OG is displayed here and here. So if I go back to my regular plan view and I tile these side by side, you see there's nothing showing up in here because there are no layers on the OG. So as I standardize this, take off standardize, and I start grabbing things that look familiar, like original ground layers, I can put them on original ground contours, and they immediately show up over here. This is a good way to keep things clean, and also clean while you're doing the standardization. So if I close this, and let's say I want to pick all of the actual contours that I have here, just go through and select them on this view. They're also being selected over here. If I turn them off here, so the active window, by picking on the tab, you can activate that window. So I can clean as I go, or I can just get everything in there and clean later. That's everything I want. If I go to the Home tab and invert the selection, it grabs everything I don't want. Just make sure I don't want all of it. And now I have clean contours. So if I go ahead and switch this here to the FD, now I can run the standardize command and standardize some of these. So if I pick on this layer, that's most of my contours on the finished design, and they pop right in and they get turned off in this view. So utilizing your filters, make short work of this cleanup process. So if I select all these now, using my selection methods, right to left, left to right, I can make short work of this. Now because they're locked, I cannot really isolate layers in here. So if I go back to my, because I'm in my active window in this FD, I can go back to here and tell it that I don't want to lock it. Then over here I can isolate, use the isolate function, and then join all my lines with something like project cleanup. And all I want to do is join lines with small gaps for selected items. And apply, and it joined them. Now I should have two lines here. I can also isolate and get rid of things that are not contours, my selection methods. And make short work of these cleanups that I have to do. Same thing here. Do my project, selected items. It got rid of most of the misconnections. That's not a contour. Now if I just do a little right to left window, you can see all those have been automatically connected. Now of course with this file there's one up here, so just use my drag and select. Right click and join those lines. There's another one down here. And everything should be joined now. So in a couple of clicks I've got that. I can also go back to this and find the other things that need to go to a finished design layer. And if I come back over here and I unisolate, you can see now on the one side I have things that are not taken care of yet, so building some pads, and it pops in over here. So here's my finished design things. I can kind of look around here and see if I need anything else. Maybe it's this line that needs to go to a FD layer. And there you have it. Still have some. So in the standardize command on this screen, I can hold shift and grab that. Shift and grab, shift and grab. It's not selecting the entire layer, it's just selecting the things I'm holding shift and selecting. So those can immediately go to FD3D lines. And I'll just make sure, okay, yeah, I want that one to FD3D lines. So by using my view filters, now I've got everything standardized. I can just close that. And this, and start to do some joining and breaking. Shift is a powerful tool. There I have everything I'm going to do a takeoff on the finished design. Since this is active, I can go back up to original ground. There's my original ground without even touching any of the layers over here.